Felix Odiwuor, the Lang'ata Member of Parliament, who is widely known as Jalas, Jalang'o, or Heavy J, was at an interview with the Nairobi Review and said something that got people thinking, and I'm here today to talk everything about it. Now, Jalango showed some respect for the Senator Nairobi, Edwin Sifuna, and to me it sounded like he is endorsing Edwin Sifuna for whatever he is doing, because he acknowledged that Edwin Sifuna is not his match. And if Edwin Sifuna was going to vie for the seat in Nairobi, then he could not be tempted to even vie. Watch this.
Sifuna is actually a very good friend of mine.
Yes.
Very, very good friend of mine.
Okay.
It's only that now we've not seen each other for a very long time.
Yes.
And there's no way I was going to run for Senate if he was running.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
How do you know he's not running?
He's not running.
How do you know? Have you had a chat with him?
I'm part of people who consume very raw intelligence. So
Yes.
I saw that gap, and I've always had this big vision.
Yes.
I would go for my second term in Lang'ata,
Yes.
but I want to have this perspective of how does running a county looks like? How does the county campaign
Yes.
look like? Because, of course, if you followed me,
Yes.
I like moving forward, progressive growth from time to time. I have a vision one day I'll be governor of this city,
Okay.
of a great city of Nairobi.
So you're
Now, you don't need to go out in the streets with the t-shirts written, I endorse Edwin Sifuna, I respect Edwin Sifuna, or I fear Edwin Sifuna, for the people to realize that someone is endorsing Edwin Sifuna. So the statement that Jalango said, because he indicated that he has been a good friend of Edwin Sifuna, but lately they've never seen each other, maybe for a long time, because of the difference of political aspirations of ODM, Linda Ground, and ODM Linda Mwananchi. As much as today they say there is no Linda Ground. But I'm drawn with the statement he made that if Edwin Sifuna was going to vie for the senatorial position in Nairobi, Jalango would not be in the ballot. I'm really drawn by that statement, and to me it indicates that Jalango is indirectly endorsing Edwin Sifuna in whatever seat he may want. And if Edwin Sifuna is going for the presidency, Jalango is okay with it, because he has said that he respects Edwin Sifuna and is one person he cannot go head on in any way. Yeah, despite the fact that, you know, we understand politics is politics. Jalango has been talking ill about Edwin Sifuna in his campaigns, saying that Nairobi seat is empty, the oversight is not okay, that Edwin Sifuna is working well, but the oversight position is not well taken care of, and that is where he comes in. Of course, we understand that among the senators who have done exemplary well is Edwin Sifuna in terms of you know, reviewing the budget, in terms of oversighting the budget and its you know, how money flows. Edwin Sifuna has been steadfast in the same. So Jalango knows that if he could go to a direct competition with Edwin Sifuna in Nairobi, Jalango would not stand a chance, and that is why he respects Edwin Sifuna, and in fact he's supporting Edwin Sifuna's bid, whatever Edwin Sifuna might want to vie, because right now Sifuna has not indicated, Sifuna has not mentioned anything he's gonna vie come 2027. He's just dormant. People, he's keeping people guessing whether is going for presidency, deputy president. What is he gonna vie? Is just a kitendawili that has not been unraveled. But then I want us to talk about Jalango and Sifuna. Jalango was one person who bolted away of ODM. He bolted out of ODM when Raila Odinga was alive. Once he was elected, in fact, he's someone who used ODM as a vehicle, as a condom, he used ODM as a tissue, because the moment he won the election in ODM using ODM ticket and took the Lang'ata seat, that is the time he started visiting a State House, talking to William Ruto, and even Raila Odinga warned Jalango one-on-one, saying that Jalango, there is no development you can go to seek in State House. But later on, Baba joined William Ruto, and Jalango was at peace because he was being followed up. He could not even attend Raila Odinga's meetings. There's a time he went to attend an ODM meeting where Raila was present, and some goons chased him out of that meeting, people who felt that he was a betrayer. But now, the people in ODM, they feel now that they joined late in UDA, or rather in broad-based form, they feel like now they are in one thing. But there's a reality. If there's someone who was a betrayer of ODM and a betrayer of Raila Amolo Odinga, is Jalango. Jalango betrayed Raila Odinga at one time. In as much as Raila Odinga at some point equally joined William Ruto, it was a form of betrayal, because he could wait. Jalango would have waited for his leader, that is Raila Odinga, to tell them whether to enter government, to enter into a broad-based government or not. So he's a betrayer and not even Edwin Sifuna. And if you can categorize Jalango and Edwin Sifuna, you can realize that Jalango should be called a rebel of ODM and not Edwin Sifuna, because Sifuna has stood with Raila Odinga in thin and thick, in mandamanos. He has been with Raila Odinga, the godfather of ODM. So for Jalango to speak something about Edwin Sifuna, I realized that even the people of ODM really fear Edwin Sifuna. This man is great and is destined for greatness. Sometimes it irks me when I feel, or rather I see some leaders belittling Edwin Sifuna. I've seen a myriad of leaders saying that Sifuna is young, is inexperienced, he cannot be a president. Worst of all, there's someone called Lusaka, the governor Bungoma, who mentioned something stupid, saying that Edwin Sifuna lacks the financial muscles to run for the campaigns, for presidential campaigns. Iya kuna shida gani? Sifuna has not gone beg him to fundraise for him, or rather for his presidential campaign. So there are some excuses to support William Ruto, excuses that when you listen to them, you feel offended. Edwin Sifuna is someone who is loved. In fact, Gladys Wanga, the national chairperson of ODM party, once indicated at an interview that the Edwin Sifuna of that time during Raila Odinga's reign is different from the Edwin Sifuna of now. That means even Raila Odinga knew that Edwin Sifuna was a great man. Edwin Sifuna could become the future of ODM, and that is why he took Edwin Sifuna close. Among the people, if you do your research, among the people who were so close to Raila Amolo Odinga, or number one was Edwin Sifuna. And many people are saying, oh, you know, there is no way Raila could pick a lawyer to be closer to him and leave his people. My friend, let me tell you, a leader, you can see your fellow leader. And Raila Odinga saw this long ago. And he felt like if people who is entitled to trust, or rather is required to trust, are the likes of Jalango, and Jalango bolted long away to join William Ruto and dumped ODM. So he better be with someone who has shown signs of sticking with him all the time, and someone who has a bright future, someone who can carry ODM to longer distances. Another thing, I remember the Kisumu governor, Anyang' Nyong'o, once said something about Edwin Sifuna. He said Sifuna is not just a normal politician. is not just a politician, but is someone who is destined for greatness. He in fact told the people in ODM to stop talking ill of Edwin Sifuna and work with Edwin Sifuna, because he's one of the leaders, the few leaders he has seen with a very bright future. And lastly, at some point, Raila Odinga confirmed that. He said, and remember when he said that, it is during the time when there was a lot of feud between Sifuna and some people in ODM who felt entitled with the broad-based. And now Edwin Sifuna, when he was castigating the broad-based agreement and William Ruto, people said that, oh, this is a rebel, nini nini. But Raila Odinga stood and said, whatever Edwin Sifuna speaks, he speaks on behalf of ODM. And that confirmed that Sifuna is a great man, that Sifuna is someone you cannot belittle. Sifuna is someone even Raila Odinga saw greatness in. So when you see Jalango endorsing Edwin Sifuna as saying that he can never run against Sifuna, that tells you that the ODM, what ODM members are talking about. And in that Nairobi Review interview, Jalango said something about the senatorial race in Nairobi, and now that Linda Mwananchi, that is led by Edwin Sifuna, was fielding a candidate, let me say, against Jalango. The former president, LSK President Faith Odhiambo, is now standing in that position and is vying for the senatorial place in Nairobi. But Jalango demeaned that, said that Faith Odhiambo has never run any position, has never won even an MCA position, therefore is lesser of his problems. She's less of his in fact, she doesn't even recognize him. She doesn't even, or rather, he doesn't even recognize Faith Odhiambo as a competitor. He said, if anyone wants to mount a serious competition, and therefore he should bring forth a person who has won an election before. Hapo wanaweza ongea, but as of now hana shida, hana tasushi yoyote na ile kiti ya Lang'ata. But then I don't know what you think about the statement of Jalango. Do you think he fears Sifuna or not? Write your comment down there in the comment section. Let us talk, let us discuss. Perhaps we can form a basis of whatever we're going to talk about in the next video. So if you're new here, consider subscribing, liking and sharing our content. Hit the notification bell so that you can be receiving notifications each and every time we upload our content.